Let's talk about Baby Doll, which is one of the biggest hits that you've had.
I was not informed initially about the song, and then when the song became a hit, a week later almost, I got a call that, they're asking for the artist.
So no royalty is given to you or no percentage of any sale of that song.
I didn't just have Baby Doll, it was a year of 5 super hits.
Yeah.
I was told, either you sign this contract or your voice will be out of all the movies that you've just sung for.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
I did a world tour with Deepika and Shah Rukh Khan almost 5 months later.
Top 3 things that you feel like should change in the music industry that you've experienced, what would you probably change?
As an artist,
I might look like a baby doll today, but the guest with me is the baby doll of the Bollywood music industry. She's beautiful, she has a voice of a nightingale. She's a trained Indian vocalist, but has smashed it with her vocals in Bollywood. She also has her own music label called Baja Records. I love that name. Please welcome the girl boss on today's episode, Kanika Kapoor. Kanika, I'm so happy you're sitting here on this couch because when I'm following you, I don't know where you are, what part of the world you are in. So my first question actually is, what is home for you currently?
I don't know where I live. I have a very difficult sense of belonging today because I live between London, Nigeria, Mumbai, Dubai, Lucknow. Because sab bikhre hue hain. The beauty about the whole thing is that it's still all together.
Yeah.
And it works.
So Lucknow is hometown. Bombay, I'm assuming, is because of work?
Bombay is purely work. So when I come here, it's a lot more just about work.
Yeah.
London is also family. Children are there, husband.
Wow, does it get hectic for you? Do you enjoy this aspect or you would just want one place to be?
When the thing is, I do complain about it. That, oh my God, I don't know where I belong and such a bichari. But if I am in one place for 10 days, 15 days, I'll call up my manager Varun and tell him, kuch ho nahi raha hai kya? Why aren't we traveling?
Yeah.
So I feel I'm made for this job. I enjoy it a lot and I'm so grateful that I do what I do. I wouldn't want it any other way.
I love it. You said that you're made for this job. Now, I know you were trained in Indian music when you were in Lucknow.
Yeah.
And it took a while for you to come into the mainstream, but the way you came was a big smashing hit and through Bollywood. So from Indian music to come into Bollywood, how did this leap, how did this journey suddenly happen?
When I was 30, I went through a divorce. I literally needed a job.
Yeah.
And all I knew was to sing. So I started looking into how I could do music. But it was very hard because I was in London. I lived in Northwest London. Didn't know the business of music. Didn't know how to go about it,
So from being in London to wanting to get into music, how did you get your first project?
So I actually searched for producers via. And I found the producer just to make a passion project actually to start with. And the very little savings that I had, I put all of that in and paid up front to create a whole album, which I never got.
Oh, really?
But the good thing that came out of it was a song that we remixed, which was my idea. And we posted it on YouTube for free. None of them told me my rights or I was the investor. But I was never told how to monetize it. People put them on their own channels. Like, it was just a disaster.
And you put your own money?
I put all my money, my thought, everything. When I arrived in Bombay, I almost knew no one in the music industry. From this little dilapidated, depressed girl getting such a big break in the music industry, I almost didn't know what was going on because life went up like a rocket.
You were just following whatever was happening.
And I had to then learn to create a band, learn to, sing on stage. Not just that, but become an entertainer.
Yeah. After your first break in Bollywood, you changed a lot. Like you said, that you had to learn a lot of things. What do you think was the biggest change, like pre-Bollywood and post-Bollywood?
Well, pre-Bollywood, I literally used to get a call, come to this club in Birmingham, come to this club in Manchester, sing the song 3 times and here's your 500 pounds and go back, and then wake up for my children's school time. When Baby Doll happened, I was not informed initially about the song, and then when the song became a hit, a week later almost, I got a call that they're asking for the artist and the singer. I then flew to India, and it was like a huge world where I didn't know the positioning of anything.
Right.
I wish I knew the music business when I was launched, because I didn't just have Baby Doll. It was a year of 5 super hits. It started with Jugni, Baby Doll, Chittiya Kalaya, Lovely.
Yeah.
I did a world tour with Deepika and Shah Rukh Khan almost 4 months, 5 months later in my career, where Shah Rukh Khan is introducing me on stage in front of 50,000 people all over the world.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can't get a bigger platform. And I still remember me getting on stage and I'm at O2 and I have all these people in front of me everywhere, the best places in the world, the best arenas in the world. I'm king, literally, because I've never faced so many people. I didn't have that confidence to go, and I was just wondering, oh my God, what's happening here?
If you could think of top 3 things that you feel like should change in the music industry that you've experienced, what would you probably change?
As an artist, I took time out to learn the business of music. What is it that I'm doing? I mean, how can I open a shop and not know how to run it?
Right.
So it's my fault first. I'm the one who's letting everyone take advantage of me. But the problem in India lies with the systems that they have in place. Today, if something happens to me, something happens to my throat, I fall sick, I have no job. If I can't perform,
right,
I have no pension as a girl.
So for example, Baby Doll,
artist.
let's talk about Baby Doll, which is one of the biggest hits that you've had. It is going to be played everywhere, so no royalty is given to you or no percentage of any sale of that song is provided to you.
No.
At all.
No.
And this is not only for one song, all of your songs were.
All of my songs.
Okay, yeah, that is unfortunate.
It's very
because
unfortunate.
It is your
and
voice.
I think that it's bad karma to do that to anybody and any artist, actually, because we started doing this when we were very naive, So it's almost like taking advantage of someone's position and not knowing. Whereas in the West, today when I'm working, I go to anybody, even if it's a new artist, they get there's a structure. There is something in it for them.
Yeah.
So in India, it's not just that. The companies ask you, if we give you a Bollywood song, you have to give us back X amount of money from your shows.
Oh, really?
Yes. So instead of them giving us, we have to give them. Just to be...
And this is just like an industry standard.
It's almost an industry standard. At least during my career, it has been. I hope it changes today.
This is eye-opening because when you do, for example, when you sign with the label or when you know you're going to be a playback singer for something or live show, you obviously have a contract and you go through a line of negotiations. उस time बातचीत नहीं होती कि मुझे ये चाहिए, मुझे इतना percentage चाहिए.
No. They tell you that they are doing you a favor by even letting you sing. Because they have too many artists and they can choose.
So they say this is good exposure, the arena is big.
Yeah.
The family, for example, if it's a live show that you have to do for someone.
No, it's basically we are told, I was told, after having 5 super world hits, I was told, either you sign this contract or your voice will be out of all the movies that you've just sung for. The contract says that you sign with us, we own you perpetually, which is 360.
The us in question are producers or music labels?
The music labels.
Okay.
Because has been, at least during my career, it's the music labels that really take out the Bollywood music.
Yeah.
And if you sign with us, you also have to give us 30 to 40% of your showbiz,
oh God, that's
your
a huge number.
Concert.
So in a way, the labels then will own you because whatever you do creatively...
So basically, you are singing for free.
Yeah.
You are giving them
Time for free, I'm
time for
assuming.
free,
Yeah.
or effort for free, or voice for free. And then when you're even going and doing concerts, you have to give them a huge cut.
Yeah.
And then you have to give your management another cut.
Yeah.
So you're almost left with nothing.
I mean, this is uniform whether you're a female artist or a male artist, or you feel there's some
It's-
exceptions in the music
It
industry?
has been for everybody.
Okay.
I think the exceptions have been only for the boys, the Punjabi boys recently who've come from Canada. They are intelligent and they've had the foresight to not depend on Bollywood
Right.
and take out independent music. So we are in a new phase of music.
So now tell me, now that you've taken this step, you've known how the music industry works, and you started your own music label. What is the role that you play, and why did you think that you had to do this? And are you going to be different from the other music labels?
I must.
Yeah.
In 2017, 18, I got a call from an important music label saying that we would like to sign you. And here's the contract. When we had a face-to-face meeting, and they said, this is the contract, and please sign it. And I said, no, I must show the contract to my legal team, which they were not very happy about. It was a very scary contract. I showed it to my lawyer, and they said, no, you can't. These are the points to send back. How
Right.
can you can't write off your whole life? You know, I didn't sign that contract, and I think I was one of the few artists who did not
Yeah.
get into that. My voice was taken out of most new movies that I had sung for. A lot of music directors who are key music directors were given a call not to work with me till I didn't sign this contract. And that went on for a good 2 years. And then COVID happened. I was clearly quite down and depressed. So with the little bit of savings that I had, I decided that I will now start my own record label and do the little that I can,
Right.
you know. And that's how Baja Records was born.
Amazing.
And so that I had power in my hand. Another huge problem was that you have to put in a lot of investment in marketing a song. One thing is making and creating a song. Another whole chapter is how do you take that song to people?
Right. For people to actually play that song. And
I would make sure that people in UP, Bihar, Haryana, America, Canada, how do they listen to my song?
yeah. And now do you have a team within Bajao that looks out at
Yes.
production, distribution, marketing?
Yes.
All of it.
Yes. We have to. We have a very small, all-girls team.
You have your live shows, then you have when you're doing playback singing for a film, or you release your own music and it's on Spotify or YouTube, etc. Can you explain to us the money in these three?
Mainly, it's live for musicians and singers in India.
Yeah.
Musicians in this country get paid very little.
Okay.
Singers do get the maximum chunk, out of which they pay their management an X amount of fee.
Right.
And everything else is taken care of. You know, their tech rider, everything is taken care of from the
Production side.
the production side is all taken care of from the client.
Client, right. For Kanika Kapoor, which is the stream that gets maximum income.
Performing. Because I think I learned how to perform live and entertain well.
Yeah.
I feel like I've come into my own, and I'm able to be who I want. I'm
Yeah.
able to be wild on stage that I want to be. I mean, wild doesn't mean,
No, it's like a ball of energy, like
you
this
know,
burst. Yeah.
I feel like I live off that
God.
energy exchange.
But you know, it's crazy how in India, personal events and performing there has just boomed in the last decade. I go to every big event or every big wedding, and there's the biggest A-lister musician there. And how big is that industry, like the wedding industry and performing
Huge.
there?
But I think that's also changed. They used to call a name before. Now they want to call good performers.
Have you had any weird instances that
हम सारे जाके पहुंचे Scotland में. I don't remember the place. It was really in the interiors, like
Right,
literally a
right.
small village. We
Yeah.
go and there's a room like this, a massive room. And one full wall is a full stage with the graphics and the LEDs and full-on
Sara
concert.
Thamjam, huh.
Full tamjam. And I come out and the audience is here, right?
Right.
Can you imagine the audience? What was the audience?
I mean, if
A sofa like this and a sofa like this. A father and a son.
there were two people.
Father and a teenager son. And they are sitting like this.
And you had no
watching.
idea.
I had no idea. So they are sitting like this and just watching. And I'm there singing Baby Doll Mein Sone Di.
Yeah.
And they are sitting like this. And they're just watching. And literally, I would say 2 or 3 songs into the show, the sweet son got up and left. So I would say the audience was exactly these 2 sofas and the 2. So yahan par nashta rakha tha, the snacks that he was eating.
Yeah.
And they were just watching us. And the son also got up. So it was only one person.
Right.
He had a mic. And beach mein when we are singing, he's also singing with us.
That is very strange to me.
So I performed, and then we are all standing on stage. The band is playing, and he is singing.
Oh, wow. Complete vibe change.
Oh my God.
This is the most bizarre. I can't even imagine it. It's
He's literally this, watching a whole big show alone.
That's
Aise sofe.
crazy. If you're a category A singer,
Yeah.
and there are many in our country who are like that, what is the range of live show money that one can expect?
It was unheard of that an Indian artist is getting $1 million for a show.
Yeah.
Today, Indian artists are getting up to $1 million for a show. And that's only and only because they've branded themselves in such a way that they've come into not signing stupid deals and depending on just a Bollywood movie. They are not playback singers. They are just independent artists who are singers.
I'm sure you've heard this because you're in this industry. The success or the metrics used that if a song is popular or not is trend on Reels. Did it get the numbers on YouTube?
Everything is paid.
Yeah.
Everything is paid. To make a song trending on Reels, to make the Reels look 1 million Reels. I'm running a record label today. I can tell you, I am shocked at how much money people spend for perception.
Yeah.
How can a shit song be trending on Reels? How? It's all paid.
Quickly, we're going to do a rapid fire with you. Are you ready, Kanika?
Yes.
All right. Kanika Kapoor, the record label owner, or Kanika Kapoor, the musician?
Kanika Kapoor, the musician.
Okay. Your favorite songs from your career?
Chittiya Kalaiya.
Oh, sweet. Top tips you would like to give for independent artists?
Make sure you know the business of music and your rights and the structures. Make sure that you don't go in without courage and self-respect because you can do it. And thirdly, make sure when you launch yourself, you are prepared.
A music trend that you just don't understand?
Kacha badam, kacha badam.
Okay, top 3 best financial tips that you can give as an artist?
Make sure that you don't go overboard like I do. Because when you're starting a business, you always go over what you think that you will be investing. Right. So make sure that you're very particular about the plan that you're making and how much money you have without stress to put into a business.
Yeah.
Second is you have to give yourself a deadline. The first year, 2 years, you really feel like, oh, really? I mean, what am I doing? Because I'm just losing. I'm just investing.
It takes time.
It takes time. And thirdly, if you don't see any returns after 2 years, change the business.
Wow. Very clear you were with this. Amazing.
Yeah.
The best financial practice as an entrepreneur?
Make sure that you start small and take baby steps. And each step, you understand the repercussions of that step.
Yeah.
Because every rupee that you put into your business matters.
Right.
It'll become a mountain.
The biggest financial risk you took, but it paid off?
Was Baja Records.
Yeah.
And I think that it's starting to pay off, and I think it's going to pay me off so well.
Yeah.
That's my pension plan.
Amazing. Top 3 things you wish you could learn sooner in life.
The top 3 things that I could have learned sooner is not to take anything personally and sulk over it. Any business that you get into, make sure that you learn
Yeah.
that business well. Look at what's missing in any business that you love. Like, because I'm a musician, I'm into music, but there are so many things in music that you can do. You can be a singer, you can be a record label owner, you could be acquiring a lot of music.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't have to be Indian music. It could be music in different parts of the
genres,
world.
yeah.
So understand and have clarity, which I never had, about what is it that you really want to do.
Right. Before we wrap up anything, this is a question I ask everyone.
Yeah.
To you, Kanika Kapoor, a girl boss is dash.
For me, the girl boss is the best plan.
Yeah. I loved it. Thank you so much for being here. But is there anything that you want to tell us that what we can look forward to? Anything that's coming up? Any plans that you have?
Well, like I said, for everyone who thinks that I've disappeared and I've not been singing much, it's only because I was sitting and learning
Yeah.
the business that I've been into. And I have an ocean of music coming, guys. I'm not going anywhere. Jugni tar khai vich thal, chhad duniya de janjal, kuch nahi nibhna bandeya hanal, rakhi sabat siddh da amahal, woh pir mere ah jugni ji.
Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe to 01 by Saroda. See ya.